Storm Track 12 meteorologist Lesto with you here, rolling through our Monday. Get ready for what I'm going to call the hottest week of the summer season so far. We're going to be looking at temperatures above 90 the entire week, so it is going to be our first real prolonged heat wave for us here. However, as we head on through the middle and especially the end of the week, it's going to feel like 100 or better. In fact, some spots may even feel like 110 degrees when you factor in that heat and humidity for the middle part of the week. Limited chance of storms here, at least initially. Big upper level ridge basically sitting over us. Maybe an isolated storm along the sea breeze front through midweek. More so as we head on in through the end of this week as the upper level ridge starts to collapse. And that'll give us a better chance of showers and storms heading on into the upcoming weekend here. Positive side, tropics remain quiet, and I do not look for any storms developing in the tropics here, at least for the next week to 10 days. All right. Speaking of week to 10 days here, we are going to be looking at the longest duration of daylight for us here. Started June 15th and go all the way till June 26th. Each day has exactly 14 hours and 31 minutes of daylight. Each one of those days, a second or two here or there, shorter or longer, but generally all of them about the same duration of daylight for us here for that time period, 14 hours and 31 minutes. So we are actually at the longest stretch of daylight for the entire year. Now, in case you're wondering, as far as sunrise time, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday last week were the earliest sunrise times that we see throughout the entire year, coming at 5:53 in the morning. We're at 5:54 right now, and the sunset time is actually still a little bit later. It isn't until the end of the month that it reaches its longest point here. So that's the reason why most of the daylight time, 14 hours and 31 minutes, is the same for the next 10 days or so. We're going to see lots of that sunshine as we go on through the next several days. Hot weather for the day today, upper 80s, low 90s with that southwesterly wind. Muggy overnight tonight. Still, I think, though, some upper 60s. Not all that bad. The oppressive humidity really starts to kick in for the middle of the week. Isolated shower storm, again, possible on the sea breeze front today, maybe tomorrow as well, but it's going to be the heat and humidity. That's going to be the big deal for us here over the next several days. In fact, here's what I'm talking about. Feeling more like 100 to 110 as we head into Wednesday and especially Thursday. So keep this in mind. If you're going to be doing any kind of outdoor work, also if you get any kids going to sports camps here over the next week or two for us here in Eastern Carolina, it is definitely going to be hot. So make sure that they are dressed appropriately and got plenty of fluids as well. Here's what we're looking at as far as those temperatures are concerned for us here in Eastern Carolina. You'll see what I'm talking about. We'll be watching those temperatures surge into the 90s as we head on through the afternoon hours, and even looking at temperatures into the 80s as we go on through the early morning hours here. You can see all that kind of white area showing up. That's temps into the 90s for the day today, upper 70s, low 80s at the beaches. Overnight tonight, we'll stay into the upper 60s and low 70s and then head right back into those 90s yet again as we go on through the daytime hours tomorrow. Here's the reason why. Big upper level ridge is basically parked right over us here in Eastern Carolina, and as a result, you'll notice not much in the way of cloud cover around once you get east of the Mississippi River. Storm system there you see going across the Great Lakes at the low is lifting up into Canada, and as a result, not going to be an influence on our weather whatsoever. So let's kind of look at this at a little different perspective here from the jet stream level, and you'll see what I'm talking about with this big upper level ridge kind of centered over to the southeastern U.S. And notice how it kind of balloons northbound here. As a result, that's allowing all that heat and humidity to basically expand over us so that warmer air has actually come up and around and sinking down on us here in Eastern Carolina. There's where the center of that ridge is located as we go on through today, and through the middle of the week it basically stays right over the Tennessee Valley. Now, it does start to break down a little bit. Wednesday, it looks like, is at its highest point here, and then as we go into Thursday and Friday, we start to see the heights lowering a little bit as that upper level ridge kind of slowly shrinks back off to the southwest here. You'll notice where the main storm track is, though, well off to our north and the west, and as a result, things have to go up and over that ridge. Now, we will start to see these heights come down a little bit here as we head into this weekend, and that is going to allow a weak cold front to kind of drop in and slowly work its way southbound here. I wouldn't really call it much of a cold front because I don't see a whole lot of cold air necessarily behind it per se, but you can definitely see the reflection as far as the temperatures are concerned for us here in Eastern Carolina. Upper 80s, low 90s today, talking about low to mid 90s in here for tomorrow, And then you can really see that heat and humidity just build. Upper 90s in here for possibly Wednesday and Thursday in a couple spots. Wouldn't doubt it, even a couple areas get closer to that 100-degree mark. And still talking about mid to upper 80s at the beaches going through the majority of this week. So a nice stretch of weather coming our way. And again, I'm calling it the hottest stretch of weather we have seen for us here in Eastern Carolina as we've gone through this year so far. Nothing more than maybe an isolated storm along that sea breeze front. That's going to be pretty much about it. And as I mentioned, those are going to be few and far between, especially with that big upper level ridge sitting over us here in Eastern Carolina. We'll be looking for maybe some isolated storms possible. Albemarle, Sound counties for tomorrow. Slightly better chance of the showers and storms possibly as we head in through Wednesday. But again, not really holding out much hope of seeing much relief from those showers and storms that will be scattered about the area. As I mentioned also, the tropics do remain quiet. Normally this time of the year, between June 11th and 20th, everywhere you see a red dot, that's where we have had storms originate in the past. But as of right now, we're not even talking about any cloud cover in the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico, let alone worrying about any storms developing anytime soon. So at least for the next week to 10 days, tropics do remain quiet. It's hot and it's humid. That's what we're going to be looking at as we go on through this week. Mid to upper 90s possible. Some of the deeper inland spots Wednesday, Thursday. Again, wouldn't be surprised if a couple spots get closer to that 100-degree mark. Summer solstice officially arriving at 6:51 Saturday morning. And we are going to be looking at temperatures still on the hot side even through the next 7 to 8 days as that big upper level ridge controls our weather. A little bit better chance, but still not much, of some scattered showers and storms in here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And as those storms do develop, or if you want to track the hour-by-hour forecast, by all means, download our Storm Track 12 mobile app, available for free download, and whether it be the iTunes store or the Android market, as a result of the showers and storms developing in the afternoon and evening hours at the end of this week, we want to have that radar handy. And also, speaking of handy, in our 2014 Storm Track 12 tracking hurricane chart is now available from Radio Shack. You can stop by and pick it up. 2 locations in Greenville, also 2 in Jacksonville, 1 in Kinston, New Bern, and Havelock, and Morehead City. So stop on in there. While you're there, pick up any of your hurricane kit supplies, whether you need new batteries or radios, any of your electronic stuff. Radio Shack will take care of it for you while you're in there picking up our tracking chart. Have yourself a good Monday and stay cool. I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Still.